Welcome, NTF We Judge. Today's episode may be a sensitive topic. Viewers' discretion is advised. Honestly, it's not that bad. It's just menstruation. Come on. It's a very normal physiological aspect before you get pregnant or after you get pregnant, and you're not preggo at the moment. Do you want to be preggo? Not really. I doubt so.
I don't know why, but the way you say it reminds me of that one content creator on Instagram.
Which one?
The nurse guy, the
Okay.
technician.
Oh, Stevie?
Yeah, Steve. It's like,
welcome, motherfucker. How can I help you in the ER today?
yeah, that you sound like him, but
That's good.
yeah, menstruation.
I come across this question quite a lot, or at least indirectly, where people are so uncomfortable about the topic, both for girls and for guys. To which I say, I think it's a good place to start with some awareness and what do we understand about menstruation, and then how do we best support our friends, partners, or even family members with them, especially if you're younger or you haven't been exposed properly. I think it's a good place to start.
I see.
So, as a fellow, as a fellow woman by birth, what's your experience like?
Blood sisters. Personally for me, I don't have much problems with my period.
Mhm.
I do have cramps if I have like cold stuff. I know there's this like the myth should have been debunked.
Yeah.
But I feel like because when I had cold, there's just like this general
Blood loss.
or like lowering my body core temperature or something like that. So I do get like cramps just for like the night before.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I deal with it is just back then I didn't know about hot packs. I didn't have any like experience with hot packs. So I would use the cap limau minyak cap limau, and then after that I came about hot packs. Then I know that instantly that hot packs really do relieve it a lot. Like, I'm not gonna lie, like every single time I have my period, it's always first day, second day. It's not to say pain, but it's like this discomfort. Yeah, like your muscles are like being an asshole. So I would like relieve it with a hot pack. That's one thing. And honestly, food craving, yeah, I do get them, but like not chocolates or like sweets. I'm more of a savory type of person, so but yeah,
Cravings
lah. Sometimes you do get cravings, but they're not that bad. Migraines, no, I don't. My period pains and symptoms were not bad, not very bad. But I do get like cramps once in a while.
I guess that's like a standard thing, right?
Yeah. Because sometimes like maybe your muscles contract, yeah, because it's trying to dispel all the blood out, so it does get nasty sometimes. So yeah. And then after that, what else do we have? Mood swings. Oh boy, mood swings. For me, mood swings are very bad. I have very bad mood swings. Like back then when I was more of like the kind of person who's hot-blooded, as you call, like very grumpy, very kind of anger kind of person, I do get angry. I do like sometimes. But then even now recently I do get sometimes. I can after that only I realize, it could be my period speaking for me,
Yeah.
But in the more recent years, compared to anger, I had more like depressed blue feelings. Like I would just sit there and suddenly I'll just be randomly crying.
Oh yeah.
So that was one of the recent one that I had. And honestly, because my family is like pretty much full of women, it's kind of like you know what to do on your own already.
Yeah.
But my mom do kind of know. My mom does notice that my periods are around. Because like we only had one bathroom lah, so you can kind of tell. And then for the support part as a family, then maybe you could just be nice. Like if you can't, you know the saying, if you can't be nice, don't do bad. Like if you see a woman on her period, just stay out of her way. Try to stay out of her way, you know. Just it's just for a few days, okay? It's just for that few days you need to stay out of her way. Once a month, that's all. Sometimes not even once a month, twice, like 2 months once every 2 months. So yeah, like try to be nice lah, as a family. Like and friends also try to, you know, accommodate. Yeah, but there's one thing, you know, there's one unspoken rule that I feel like all women should be aware of. It's like no matter how much you hate that person, if that person has their period and they are asking for like a sanitary pads or a tampon or anything,
I think
and if you have, just give it. Like doesn't matter if you have like some beef going on. Like I feel like it's like a basic rule, unspoken rule for women where you are helping each other, you know. So that is something that I do support lah.
Yeah. Even as a guy, I think like let's say your friend is in the toilet at the moment, it's like they just WhatsApp you like, hey, I kinda need some pads, you know. Or like, okay, just help them buy it lah.
Yeah, true. I don't see any problem with guys buying it. I feel like
exactly.
I feel it's like a really sweet thing to do for me. Like, aww.
Of course, if you're in a relationship or in a family, I think that's even more so important.
Yes, even more so important.
Yeah, because it shows a care.
Yeah.
Friends maybe not so much because mostly they'll try to have females or girls to do so.
Yeah.
But at times it's okay to ask if they need help, if they need extra, you know, sanitary pads, tampons if they need to. But I think we in Malaysia mostly sanitary pads, right?
Yeah,
we
yeah.
usually use tampons.
Yeah.
From what I'm aware of as well.
Yeah.
I think
and I remember there was one time where you asked me, like, is it weird if a guy carries a sanitary pad around?
Yeah.
I remember you were asking me
yes,
once.
I did.
I don't feel it's a problem. It's a good thing, especially if you are in a relationship. Like you are aware that it's a physiological thing and it might happen to your girl anytime. So
it will happen.
Yeah, so I don't see any problem. Maybe you can have like one small bag of all her needs, like sanitary pads, hair ties, lip balm, you know, comb, whatever that, you know, a girl needs usually. So I don't see that as a problem, honestly. But I am aware that, you know, being in our country, it's still kind of like a taboo thing sometimes.
There's still some stigma against it.
Yeah, but I don't see it as a problem. Like if you are if you actually tell me that like I bring pads around, like just so like my partner you know, like when she has a period then at least I'm ready, I'll be like, bro,
green flag.
Green flag all the way. Ding 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 ding. Like I really have respect for guys like that, you know. Like honestly in my past relationship, 3 lah. The other one, meh. That one that you know lah, the third one. The second one was okay, but not too
open about it.
Not to say not too open, but like doesn't really not very concerned. Maybe because in the time we were together, I really didn't have my period at the time. So there wasn't much exposure. Like there isn't much for him to do also. But for the first one, because he has a sister, and when I told him like, oh, I'm on my period, he's like, oh, go get some chocolate, go get yourself some like heat packs, just stay in bed, don't move. And there was one time I remember I had cramps, and it was so bad. I was stuck here, like I think it was MCO at the time. And then I texted him telling, oh, I'm having cramps and stuff. And back then he was still in high school, like senior year high school. He usually doesn't text when he is in school, but on that day he texted like during lunch. He said, how are you feeling? Like, are you okay now? Like, you know, do you need anything? And even though it's a long distance thing, we weren't together, but we were having something. But yeah, basically I'm sorry for saying this, Malaysian guys, but I feel like Korean guys seems to be more aware on what to do, or like at least they are open about it.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good thing.
Yeah. Like they have no issues talking about periods. Like, come on, man. Or maybe because he has an older sister, so that's why. But I noticed like most people they are fine with it. As far as I see lah.
Yeah.
It could be just him, but yeah.
And that brings up a very good point to how we can better support. Maybe as a guy, I can give some perspective as well. So, starting off from a younger audience, let's say, noticing blood from females, let's say their dress or their pants, I think a good way is just like notifying them politely, and if you have anything that can help cover up, then help them cover up lah.
Yeah, I think that's a good start.
That's a good start, or at least no judgment at first lah. Just there's no harm if you have nothing to help cover up.
Of course.
Just let them know politely, like, you can always offer. Do you need any help? Is there anything that I can help with? It's always a good start because you're not assuming anything. You're just being polite enough to say, if you need help, I'm here to try.
Yeah. At least there's an effort there.
There's an effort there. So this can apply in both strangers, friends, family, romantic interests.
Yeah.
Not only guys like you, but yeah, depending on how you want to assume your sexuality.
But yeah,
but for the physiological aspect.
Yes,
of it.
physiological. We're talking about physiological, so yeah. Disclaimer.
So moving on, I think for family it's not so much because you tend to have at least your parents to help out.
Yeah.
But more so among your romantic interests, right? A good place to start, where I'm not the biggest fan of just sitting there and just getting out of their way. I rather advise towards knowing their what you call quirks. At least try to figure it out. I mean, you won't figure it out within 1-2 months.
Of course.
But along that time frame, say 4 years down, not 4 years, sorry.
4 months.
4 months down, 5 months down. You should kind of get an idea of it.
Of how
so
they are.
Number one, and here's a maybe 1 to 3, 1 to 4 step. Number one, remember when they had it.
Yeah.
It's always good to know when. So let's say they had it on 20th or something. Okay, so the expected next one should be around the 10th. Wait, 20, no, sorry. The next one should be 20 plus, about 25 like that. Or somewhere there. So at least around that time you anticipate it and you let them know, it's around that time.
Yes.
Do you have your stuff ready?
Yes.
Or do you want me to spoil you?
I tell you, that is a big green flag. Like I've seen like other guys like being considerate and stuff, especially boyfriends or romantic interests. But it's very, very rare to see someone who actually remembers or like keep tracks of their partner's menstruation dates. Like, yo, that is fucking bro. If you get someone like that, you must have saved a country in your past life. Seriously, I feel like this is such an important thing because even us girls, we use like an app to track, But if you have it, like, yo,
you don't even need the app. You just use normal maths.
Yeah, and we don't mind, like, not everyone can remember that. You can mark on the calendar, you can keep it
Find any way, just try to keep track of it.
Yes, just basically the fact that you are aware that, this is the period of our period. Like, pun intended. But yeah, that it's such a considerate thing. I feel like it's very, very sweet. Like, husband material, done.
INTJ. It's taken.
So, yeah, that's true.
So that's the number one thing. So even if you don't do anything, at least remember it. And honestly, it's the best stepping stone for you to do everything else.
Yes.
Number 2 is just spoil them a little bit. It's okay to spoil your girl once in a while, especially during this time. This is some of the shittiest time of the month.
Not gonna lie, as a fellow blood sister, having periods is like,
it's the
annoying.
shittiest time, so just treat them well, just give them an extra hug, give them a few extra seconds, say a few good words like, you're doing well, or like, you're gonna be fine. Okay, don't dismiss them.
Yeah.
In other words, don't dismiss them lah. Like just be kind to them, be nice. If they have household chores, help them out.
I feel like this is a basic thing.
But even more so, at least help out for those 3-4 days.
Yeah.
I mean, look at the longer run. They appreciate you more. They love you more. So what? Win-win.
True.
What's not good about it? Love your partner lah.
Oh, another one thing is that when your partner is on a period and they are ranting,
just listen.
Just listen. Or if they are angry, do not. I repeat, do not try to
logic your way out of it.
Logic your way out of it. Just stay quiet and be like, okay, I'm sorry, blah 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 blah, and just let it go. It's the hormone speaking. As a blood sister, I can tell you it's the hormone speaking. Really. Most of the times when we are on our periods, we're not logical. We're not rational. So yeah.
I can tell. And my fair share.
I'm pretty sure your girlfriend had her fair share too. counting. But yeah, just let it go, you know.
That's the time where you just put logic out of the window.
Yeah.
Or the best logic is to have is just not apply it.
Like if it's any time to not be logical, that's the time for you to not be logical.
So as a guy, it's just like the most logical thing. Don't argue. Just go with it. If it's your fault, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Even if it's not your fault, I'm sorry.
If it's other people's fault, then just follow her. Yeah, that's someone's fault. Go with it. Yeah, that's her.
Just be
go
supportive.
Be supportive. Go with it.
Yeah, true.
Of course, it doesn't give the excuse for them to do something that's dangerous.
Of course, that's
but if it's just rants, just let them be.
Come on.
Try to help out their cravings on number 3.
Yeah.
You can figure out what's their favorite food during like cravings or during this menstruation period. Right? So figure out if they are the savory kind, like what you said. Then try to support them more savory food. They like sweets, then give them sweets lah.
Or if you don't know, just get a bit of everything. Seriously, just get a bit of everything. Just choose your pick your choose. That's the easiest.
Or if you are someone who cooks, right?
Yeah, even more so.
You can either you can cook it or you can make something simple like tong sui.
Warm soup,
chicken soup, chicken noodles, you know. Tong sui is fairly simple, you know. All you need is to buy the plums, and you get brown sugar, and honestly, that's already good, more than good enough. Or you have ginger.
Oh yes, tip. Ginger tea, all the way.
Yeah, if you don't like the smell of ginger, just add more sugar to it, cover it up.
Yeah,
you know?
I mean, not in like every day, but just like the period where they're having their period.
The first 2 days, because those 2 are the heaviest. 3-4 is starting to slow down, so it's fine.
But it depends.
It depends on person to person, and not everyone has regular menstruation cycles. Some are very consistent, every 28 days. Wow, very standard textbook. You know? But there are or more often than not, it's mostly
irregular.
It's either like some person has it every 20 days, some person have it every 30 to 35 days. Some people it's random like 20 and then 30 and then 35 and then 30 again and then 20.
Mine is irregularly irregular. Like regularly irregular. Like
regularly irregular.
Regularly irregular.
That's fine. I think
that like actually if I had so much data already, I'm 22. I had so much data already. So like everything is in my app, and then they calculate it, and they can predict it. Sometimes it's off by like a week or 2, but it's around that time most of the time.
I think 2 weeks is a little too far.
A week lah.
A week is fine. 2 weeks is too far.
Yeah, but generally it's irregularly irregular.
At least you're regularly irregular and not irregularly irregular. That would be very difficult to predict whatsoever.
That's basically just get ready every second.
Yeah.
So
that's a few good tips to start off from. And in the meantime, in TF,
we judge blood sisters.
Oh yeah.